everyone, welcome to another reseller vlog. I'm Andi, I am a part-time vintage reseller and I sell primarily on Etsy and I also have a vintage booth. In today's episode, I'm gonna give you a little haul. I went to an estate sale recently and got some good finds, so we're gonna start there. Then we're gonna talk about what sold in my Etsy shop recently. You guys always like to see what I actually get for all the items I'm showing you in my hauls. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna go to my vintage booth and do a little restock and refresh. Okay, so let's kick things off. We're gonna get straight into the haul. Now, I cannot believe my luck. A few days ago, there was actually an estate sale just 3 houses down from me. And it was like one of those estate sales that wasn't listed on like the main estate sale index. It was just on Facebook Marketplace. It was absolutely teeny tiny, which is why I didn't even get any footage. I mean, the house was practically empty. And so I just prioritized grabbing as much stuff as I could. It was one of those things where nothing was priced. You kind of made a pile and made an offer. So everything that I'm gonna show you, I got for $20. So, which I thought was really good, and I actually could walk it back home to my house, which never happens. So the stuff that I got is very eclectic. Some things I have never picked up before. So it is just one of those things where you're just like grabbing stuff, anything that you can find, because when you get the opportunity to make a pile, just add as much as you can because you can usually get a pretty good deal. So the first things that I grabbed when I got to that estate sale were these very cool ornate picture frames. So I buy a lot of loose art. You guys know that I don't always get framed art. And so because I have so many prints and pieces of art that are unique sizes and shapes, I usually like to find frames like this just in case I actually have a frame and a piece of art that can go together. And then usually framed art sells for more. So that's why I picked these up. So these, I can't give you prices on everything individually. Just know that everything was $20. Now I also picked up this frame, which is beautiful. Now, it also has some flaws, which you guys can see. There's a little chip there, and then there's a chip here and right there, which I don't think is a big deal because I probably could put in a little bit of filler in there and also use some of those touch-up like paint brushes and stuff. I do that all the time to things that have just a little bit of flaws that doesn't like really impact the whole character that can be rescued. And sometimes having a little bit of dinging on something adds to that old world charm. At least that's what I tell myself. So anyways, I thought this frame was very good too. So I was really excited to find 2 very old frames. And speaking of some wood stuff, I also got this beautiful carved and painted wooden box. Now this is a Polish carved box and I never sold these before in my life until recently. I picked up a ton of them and they all sold like this. I just sold my last one that I got at an estate sale. So super excited to find this one. So this is headed to my booth space because boxes like this, while they sell well, they don't sell for a ton. And I don't know, I feel always weird listing something like this on Etsy for more than like 28 bucks. And frankly, 28 bucks is like my lowest level because anything lower than that, it's just not worth it for me to ship because I offer free shipping, so I'm not making any margins. But anyways, this will do better. I'll have better margin at my booth space, but I thought it was really pretty and I could not believe for someone who's never picked these up in my life, now this year, I'm in my era of Polish boxes. So really excited about this. Another wood piece. This also will be going to my booth. And mirrors, I'm always like, okay, I'll show you my art, my plant, not my messy desk. So anyways, this is a very cute like oak mirror on a stand. These always sell. Anytime I have a like vanity top mirror like this, it always sells. So anyways, I thought those were super cute, not super valuable. I'll probably put just, I don't know, maybe like 24 bucks on in my booth space. But I thought it was really, really adorable. I know like the younger generations are really liking these right now because they're so nostalgia. And this one is definitely giving like cottagecore vibes, which is also why I picked it up. So I'm very excited about this piece. So kind of a weird pickup. And at the end, I was just kind of adding stuff to the pile. So I got this. I don't know if this is a tie rack. I guess. There's so much paraphernalia that was dedicated to ties that, no one's wearing ties anymore. So I'm just assuming that's what this was for. I got it for myself. I have a area in my closet that's just like a blank wall and I was putting push pins in it for jewelry. Not smart. So I decided, you know what? I'll put one nail in and then I'll just hang some of my jewelry from this. So anyways, I got this for me as an organizer. It's not super exciting, like I said, but for me who needs a little bit more organization in my closet, I was excited about this. Now I also picked up these and they did not have a top on it. I thought they were bud vases, frankly. I'm like, oh, these must be bud vases. Well, I got it home and one of them rattled. So I was like, oh, well, let's open them up. And I was like, ooh, they screw, so cool. And then out popped the topper for this piece. So this is how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like this with the little topper. And I'm not exactly sure what currency that is. The person definitely was foreign because a lot of the books were in another language. And some of the pieces, I was like, okay, oh, actually, maybe this one, something Czechoslovakia. So maybe they were Czech, maybe? I don't know. Maybe you guys know based on that marking and currency. But, so now I have one with a topper and one without. So I think I'm going to still stick with, well, actually, does this go through? Now that I think about it. Oh, it does. You can see light through. So I thought as a bud vase, this could still be very cool. So I may not style them near each other because I don't want someone to know that this is missing the top. So I'm gonna make this a bud vase in my booth, and this one I'll have just as it is. But I thought it was really cute. And if this ever went missing, because you know how some things go missing in your booth. If you have a booth, you know, pieces like this can just go, I'll just make this one a bud vase too, because I have a lot of dried flowers. I like to style with dried flowers and stuff. So anyways, I thought these were really cool. I just like their shape, so they came home. Now you guys know I love embroidered things, but I tend not to pick up actual embroidered like napkins or centerpieces, but this one being in really good shape and the colors being so pretty, I decided to actually pick it up. Now, anytime I go to a sale that has like antique or vintage linens, I mean, there's always a swarm of women around them. They love them. I don't know what they're doing with them. Maybe they are still entertaining in a way I wish I would entertain. So I got this because it's in really good shape. I need to iron it up and figure out how I'm gonna like list it. Because I'll probably list this on Etsy. Someone told me a long time ago in like my Instagram feed, I think I posted like, what is selling for you guys? And someone was like, antique linens on Etsy. So anyways, that has stuck with me probably for like a year and a half. So I finally found one I felt like I could like just try it out. So this will be available on Etsy. So more like random impulse buy things, because that pretty much defined the sale. The sale was just me just like, I guess I'll try this. Which is a strategy I usually don't recommend to people if you don't want to end up with stuff that you're like not sure what to do with. But this one I thought was very cool. It is definitely some sort of antique, I don't know, necklace holder. I thought for someone will want this for displaying. I'll probably put this on Etsy. It has 24 karat gold plated. I don't know if these are particularly valuable, but this one is actually very heavy. And now that I know that it's also 24 karat gold plated. So I thought it was a really neat piece, and this will be available on Etsy, but this was definitely one of those like, oh, I guess I like it. I'm just gonna put it in my bag. So you guys know I love needlepoint. So I got this beautiful needlepoint of a Czechoslovakian home. That's what it says in the corner. So again, I thought this was really beautiful and colorful, and I absolutely need to find a frame for it. So unfortunately, none of the frames I bought will fit this, but I figured I could make it work with something from the thrift store. I also went through the closets because this person was definitely like crafty and creative, and they had a bunch of packets of these old vintage pillow patterns. And then of course it has all the yarn and all the supplies to do this. And I was like, huh, this is really, really fun. Now, I'm somewhat tempted to do this one because it's really colorful, and I think it would be a really fun pillow pattern to try. Because I'm a creative person, and I have done like things like this before. I just haven't done like a pillow. So we will see. I mean, when do I have time for this? Never. I never have time, but maybe I should make time since this came into my possession. So yeah, I thought these were really good. So if I don't do it, then I'll just sell them. Maybe as like a lot, like a bunch of different ones. This one is really, the problem is like you can't, this was back when colored printing wasn't the priority, or they weren't able to do it, or it was too expensive. So I have no idea what that's supposed to look like. I'll have to read like the key inside, but it has a lot of really pretty yarn. So it's probably turn out to be cute. And then this one, not my style because of the browns. You know me, I don't love brown. I like color, but this one I thought is very cool too. So anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna actually try my hand at this stuff. Otherwise, I'll sell them. But I thought, you know, just add this to the pile because I've never come across kits like this. So 2 more random things that I picked up, and then I have a stand I have to show you too, but I didn't bring it in the house, so we'll just have to do that outside. But I got this book. This was one of the only English books that was in the home, and it says Brave Men, and it's brown. So I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll bring this home, add it to the pile. And then the other last thing I have to show you before I show you the stand that I got, which actually I'm really excited about the stand. That was probably my best purchase, is this very cool calendar that also has the pen. This is like a marble or stone base, and so it's very old. Now I actually got one of these recently, you guys know, where you pull the things out and then the date changes. So, and then if you go partially in, it changes the middle section. I think these are really, really cool. So now, for someone who's never picked these up before, I have now accumulated 2. But like I told you guys before, once you find one thing, you'll probably find another thing. Unless you're too excited about it, and then you'll never find it again, and you're lucky you found it the first time. I just feel like that's the energy. You find multiples of things you're like lukewarm excited about, and then the things you truly want are like one of those things you have to wait for. I don't know. That's just my theory. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. So anyways, I will probably be putting this in my booth space too, just because I think it'd make a really fun like gift for someone in their office space. Although, who has office? Who goes to the office anymore? I don't know. Anyways, another thing I just added to my pile. Okay, so those are the things that I got at this very random estate sale in my neighborhood. So yeah, stuff that I would not have necessarily like been drawn to if I was out like thrifting, but you know, when you go to a home and there's just like some stuff, you know, you can make a pile, you'll just kind of just fill it up and just see what you get. So a few of the things, like I said, are going in my booth space, a few things on Etsy, and then other stuff I'm not sure what to do with, like these kits. So if you think I should get started on doing these, let me know in the comments, and maybe I should make that like a video, like how Andi does doing one of these following a vintage kit like this. That would be, I might set myself up for, I don't know, success or failure. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you guys the plant stand that I got. That's very cute. That's gonna be heading to my vintage booth, and then we're going to go over all the stuff that has sold in my Etsy shop recently, because like I said, you guys are always interested in knowing what's selling, and then we are gonna go to my vintage booth. Let's talk about what sold. So I sold this pair of crewels. I thought they were so cute. They sold very, very fast, so excited to get these packed up and shipped out. This mirror sold, and this is the second time I've bought and sold this mirror, so I'm always excited when I can find something I've sold before, because it makes listing it so much easier. And then this original painting, which very sad to let go of. Moody is not my decor style, but this is a good old painting, so that's going. And then this bamboo tray is going. So the first time I've actually found a bamboo tray like this. Usually I'm selling like the wall organizers and plant stands and stuff. So excited that this actually sold quickly. Florentine style stuff is a really popular seller for me. So this sold this week, this big tray. And then this beautiful, another Italian thing, this Italian metalwork with the grapes, that sold. This stuff, bestseller again. It does really well for me. And then this very cool rustic wall unit also sold. And then I think, oh yeah, a couple more things sold that I don't have in the space. They're actually out where I'm going to be packing them up already. So I will pop those on the screen too. But yeah, all in all, good sales week. Here are some pieces I'm going to bring to my booth space today. I try to go up there, honestly, like twice a week right now, just because it's not far from my house and it's a nice excuse to get out and get to the city. So bringing these in, anytime something is listed on Etsy for more than like a week or so and it hasn't sold, I sometimes will bring it to my booth space if I think it could sell well there. And these are just beautiful. And this set of nesting ashtrays, it's been on Etsy for a while. I can't seem to move ashtrays online on my shop, but in the booth, they tend to sell a little bit easier. And then this very crazy clip is giant, as you can see. So you don't make much money on stuff like this, but it's kind of a fun piece to have in my booth. This piece of art was there. I brought it home because someone thought they might be interested in it. They haven't purchased, so I'm going to bring it back to my booth space. I can always grab it again if someone ends up buying it on Etsy. And then this I actually showed you guys, actually these two things in a recent haul, and this one too. So these will be going to my booth space. This has coasters in it. And then I don't know if I've ever shown you this. So I think I probably have, I'm gonna bring these, like whimsical candle things like this sell well in my booth. So that, and then the main reason why I'm going up is because I gotta drop this off. This awesome bust I sold to a person who's a customer of that particular vintage store. And so Blaine, the owner, is going to be shipping this out for me. So anyways, this is all the stuff that I'm going to be bringing up. I'm sure there's going to be a few more pieces I'll find around. This is the pile I have going right now. One thing I need to do before I get down on my booth space is actually stamp some more tags, because I am running low on tags. That's how many things I'm bringing and selling, which is really good place to be. So I got some really cool stamps made. I think I used Vistaprint. I'll link down below what I used. And so I just took my logo, blew it up for this one, and then reduced it down. Now, I will say the tiny one is way too small and you can't even really read it. So that was a mistake on my part. I should have reduced this logo down to just a certain section of it that would make it look more legible. But because they're together in my booth, I'm not losing sleep over it. You know, I'm just like, I'm going to use it no matter what. But I will say, if you order a teeny tiny size one for little tags, you got to make sure that you can actually read it. So it needs to be super simple, where you can be a little bit more, like here I have the scrolling font and stuff. It can be a little bit more detailed because this is the biggest one they offer. But it works really well. You just press that down on top and away you go. So here are all the finished tags. So yeah, it works really, really well. Just arrived downtown, ready to do a restock of my booth. I just found out a picnic basket that I have had forever. Just sold. So I marked it down to sell. I think I sold it for like 24 bucks. So really reasonable. But I have tried to sell that thing many other places and never sold. So just grateful for that to be gone, because it's just like a bigger thing that I hate storing. So sometimes you just gotta price it to get it out of your life. So I'm very excited that that sold. So here's the shop. As you guys may or may not know, depending on how long you've been following me, but my booth space here. So I actually just kind of finished putting some stuff out. I can't like zhuzh it in real time because we are open, and it would be too much to have my camera set up because we have a lot of foot traffic. So I'm filming now because there's a break and people coming in. So this is the stand they just brought in. So I just tucked it behind my neighbor's chair. And then I moved a couple things around. I'm surprised this little stand hasn't sold, so I brought something on it just to see if that could help bring the eye down. And I just swapped out some art that used to be up top. So I put the colorful one up there, and I put that up there. And these I just brought in. So see, one is a bud vase, one is just a container with a little topper on it. So I think those are super cute. And then what else did I do? Oh, here's the box. So put it down here. I moved this to this spot because I wanted it to kind of be by the blue. And then filled this up a little bit more. And let's see, what else did I bring in? Oh, I brought in these cute little elephant candle holders. So usually these types of things sell because people like the fact that they're so whimsical and cute. And then here is the cute mirror. So I brought that in. And here's the ashtrays. So style this is kind of like a magic corner. Most of the things, if I place them here, they sell. And that's because I think when you go into my booth, your eye goes to the table, and then a lot of people go to here, especially since I have my cards and stuff there. And then, oh, and then I put the coasters here, this set, because I think it's very giftable. So put it there, and I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then I put the duck on top of this black book so it pops. That's the problem, is I have a lot of obviously wood pieces, and so I always want to make sure that whatever I put things on, like they can pop off the surface so people can see them. Like there's enough contrast is what I'm trying to get at. So that's why I put this on here too. That's one of the reasons why I do bring in books, is it kind of helps with the way that it looks, and hopefully helps bring things to your eye, because there's like contrast. Like this with this, you wouldn't see it, but on top of a black book, you do. Oh yeah, and here's the candle set. So brought these in and put in the scented candle so they're out of my house. Oh, look at this cutie pie in my neighbor's booth. So cute. I could buy everything in the store, but I gotta be good because I'm in the business of selling things. And I have some more of the hummingbird metal things that I have put up here before that always sell. This is also like a magic area. Usually when I put wall hanging things up here they sell. So I still can't believe this is still here, frankly. It's so good. But maybe it will sell soon. Okay, so before I left my house to go to my vintage booth, I decided to film the clothes here at my office. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vlog style video. If you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my haul videos here on YouTube, make sure you check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.